Hello and welcome back to SnowRunner, y'all. And in this video, we have a console-friendly 4Runner that we're going to be taking through our TNB Trails test circuit. Now, if you've seen this test circuit before, you know what we're about to do. But if you haven't seen this test circuit before, I've got a couple of other videos where we've done it in similar vehicles. Now, this vehicle that we're running today is available on pretty much every console, although I would recommend checking your console mod browser to make sure that it is on your specific console, because this rig is on a lot of different systems and it's a little bit tricky to keep track of all of them at the same time. So with that being said, let's go ahead and fire this thing up, get it out on the trail, and honestly, see what it can do. It also has a really nice sound to it. It's got a very realism-based sound, and I think if you're all about having that extra level of realism, you're really gonna dig this thing. So let's see. I do think that we're gonna need to make sure that we don't have any crazy approach angles with it, because I opted to not do the aftermarket bumpers. Now, you might think that it's kind of, I don't know, kind of dumb to not have the aftermarket bumpers on it, and you'd probably be right. But I wanted to see, well, I wanted to see how far we could get without basically catching the bumpers on everything. And I also just genuinely wanted to see how well it would do, because I've never run it in this exact trim before. And I'm just kind of letting gravity, oh my God. Well, that's a way to kick things off. Come on. Wait a minute. Why is it saying we don't have lockers? That's a little wacky. Hold on. Let's go through the parts list, because I want to make sure that I didn't miss the lockers. Let's see. We've got the ditch lights. We've got all of that good stuff. Right. Oh. So, don't worry about the fact that I forgot to put lockers in it. It's fine. It's totally fine. Yeah, that would help. Oh my God. It actually managed that climb super easily though. Like usually, and y'all, if you've seen me run this test route in several other vehicles, you'll know how tricky that particular climb is. And in a way, that climb in particular is kind of a gatekeeper obstacle, because if you won't make it past that, well, well, what I was going to say was, if you can't make it past that one, you're not really going to have all that good of a time with any of the others. However, I'm going to need a little bit of an assist, because let's just say coming down proved to be a little bit more difficult than going up. So stop. Oh, this is going so well. This is going so incredibly well. Hang on. There we go. I love how I even remembered to put a snorkel on it, because that was what I was forgetting with all the other rigs. And then literally when I remember the snorkel, I end up forgetting the lockers. So I'm just like, okay, like, what are we gonna forget next? If I could just not get stranded and beached on every other, like, random rock in this pond, that'd be so good. Now let me just ease you around. I will say though, this thing is definitely, at least so far anyway, it has proven to be a really good size for this trail. The wheelbase is really good for it. Just kind of the overall size of the vehicle, the track width is really good for this trail. Overall, I think this thing is actually, if you're looking for, it's fine. It's totally fine. Don't worry about the fact that I almost had another immediate rollover. It's entirely fine. All right, let's see if we can carry some pace for the hill. Well, that's not gonna work. Let me try going to the inside just a tad and then cutting back to the outside. I'm gonna lock it in high. Oh, there we go. So it's like you just have to be extra deliberate about your line choice because it is ridiculously steep. But once you get up here, I mean, you're kind of cruising. And that's kind of the hard part done, at least in terms of like the initial areas. But I mean, the second part is always a little bit more gnarly. I say a little bit. It's a lot more than a little bit gnarly. This thing is so like, it's so like, I don't even know what you would call it. I guess you would call it cushy, like comfortable. Cut that a little too tight. If you could like come back down, thank you. We got hit with like a very strange, it was like a gravitational anomaly that was just like, that was like literally balancing us on one side. Albeit temporarily, but still. There's so many instances on this particular trail where you will start to roll over forwards, and the only way to save yourself, is to give it an absolute boot full of beans. Pulling on up to my left. And now is where it'll get a little bit extra intense, because this trail that goes down to the left is essentially, well, it's essentially everything we've already done, but very turned up. Very turned up. And if I've learned anything from my previous attempts at this, stay to the left. Stay to the left if you care about making it through, or at least making it through on the first bit. Am I already stuck? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. A little bit of interior view for... Whoo! Okay. Now I just gotta stay consistent. Consistency is literally the name of the game when it comes to a trail like this that's super technical. God, this trail makes this 4Runner feel so small. Wait for it to come back down. There we go. The nice thing about, like, being able to wait for it to come back down is, like, you can... Oh. Will it come back down again? I mean, it's moving. Slowly, but it's moving. I think we're just about ready. All right, let's see if we can do this one more time without getting it, like, perched sideways. It's not too bad so far. I just have to make sure to be extra cautious. This is some absolute mud runner level stuff right here. Let that front end come back down. Be patient. This is where we're going to have to make a run around to the inside. Up it goes. Not bad. Not bad at all. And now I'm just trying to work my way down the center line. Just a bit. I feel like, honestly, I'm going to need more wheel speed, but I'm really scared because I don't want to launch it over backwards. What are you stuck on? Probably just that inside rock. Just nice and easy. Oh, it's so like... It's so... Yup. You know, to be honest, though, this is a very realistic way to have rolled over. Not that winch point. Should be good enough. Just a little bit more of a crawl. And we should basically be there. Come on. Come on. And boom. That's essentially like the wildest part of it done. And now I'm kind of back and forth in my head. Like, do I want to attempt the second stage? I may just go for it. I'm not really too worried about whether or not it actually makes the second stage. I think it'll do it. But I just honestly want to see how far we go. It's, oh my God, it's like burying its front end. Okay. For a minute there, I thought we were about to physics glitch. I'd like to be in something more than like first in automatic mode, but... And that went well. That went well. Honestly, if I had the patience to run the rest of this section, I mean, the end is right there, and it's like, I know I can do it, but I don't know if I have the patience to let this thing dig its front end into the ground over and over. But if y'all enjoyed this video, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I will see y'all next time.